Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard. Today we're out here at Orchard Hill Disc Golf Course. Check out their 18-hole disc golf course. Um, Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't heard too much about this course. This will be my third time playing it, and honestly, it's probably one of the best courses in our area, in my opinion. I would say it's a very open course with some wooded elements added into it. Definitely it's a little bit longer of a course. Kind of reminds me of Tiger more than anything else, but should be a really fun video. So let's get into it. All right, so for hole one, we've got a par three, 290 feet. Basket's tucked around this corner off to the left. Only thing you really got to pay attention to in this shot really is with the basket being so much lower than us, it's really easy to throw this shot very long. Like to get something circle's edge long is very difficult to do, especially with how wide this tree is. But I'm just going to try and take something slow and kind of overstable and just throw it out to the right and let it fade in. It's a little bit wider than I meant for it to be, but let's see. Oh, yeah, golly, that's probably going to be like circle 2 long. So we'll see what I got. So the rangefinder puts us at 75 feet. Just going to try and do a little chip shot. Give it a little bit of a run. I pulled it. That's it. Dang. Okay, that's going to be a long putt. I pulled it. Dang. All right, guys, so we're on hole 2. This is a par 3, 340 feet. Just dead straight ahead on top of this hill. Not the basket off to the right, it's the one on the left. You can see next to this tree. Biggest thing you got to do on the tee shot is pick which side of this tree you want to go on, left or right. I like going through the right gap just because it's a little bit more comfortable for the right-hand backhand. But only other thing you got to pay attention to is that the ground slopes away towards the OB road behind the basket. So much rather be short of this basket than long. That's right in the middle of the gap. Ooh, tickled the branch. Ooh, threw it long, so I didn't look like it had enough energy to make it down to the road, but that might be OB long. We'll see. Well, I got saved by this fire ant nest, but now they're mad at me for hitting that, so let's go ahead and make this quick. Oh, man. That band's not even, that's barely thick enough for me to hit it. That's good to hit the band, though, on these, because if you hit on top, it's a nice flat surface for you just to skip off of. All right, guys, so we're on hole 3. This is a par 3, 309 feet. I had to bring y'all out here because if I brought you up behind the tee pad, you wouldn't be able to see the basket. From here, you can see the basket on the side of the hill. Biggest thing to really pay attention to is this road is out of bounds. But, I mean, most of the time you're going to throw a forehand on this hole unless you really want to try the backhand. So it's really easy, just kind of throw an overstable disc out over the road, let it skip off the road, or just finish in the grass. Hardest part is just really getting up to the basket because it's a good maybe like 10 to 15 feet up the hill. So parking this one's not really an option unless you just have a massive forehand, but getting the par on this one's not very difficult most of the time. Big skip. Bigger skip. Ooh, I almost spoke too soon. Ooh, but that should give me like a circle 2 bid at the bird from there. Yeah, I was a little more than a foot inbounds, luckily, and with that extra road skip, they got me a little bit more distance. So I've actually got probably like a circle's edge putt at it. With this being really uphill, I got to make sure I either miss this high or don't hit the basket at all, because it's very easy for these discs to roll straight back down and they'll be. Let's go ahead and get a birdie. Come on. Yes. Woo. All right, guys, so we're on hole 4. This is a par 3, about 180 feet, just dead straight ahead. Nothing really to worry about. Just going to try and take an overstable putter, throw it out to the right, let it fade in towards the basket. Get left. Don't hit that rock. Yes. There we go. That should be inside the bullseye. That feels good. All right, so we're on hole 5. It's a par 3, 250 feet. I think you can just see the right side of the basket just on the other side of this tree. You've got a straight gap that I don't really feel like anybody's taking, but I like going through this right gap with something really overstable and just kind of let it have it push straight for about 150 feet, and then just have it start to finish left fairly softly, because if you go long, you can end up in some thick cedar trees. So you'd much rather throw it short and give yourself like a 30-foot putt than throw it long. Did it push far enough? Ah, sit down. Dang. I was close. I needed to throw it a little bit flatter, or maybe on a tiny bit of anhyzer to get it to push straight long enough. But that's pretty much the flight you want. So hopefully I'll have a decent look at a putt at it. Okay, so I was going to be short either way because this is the tree I hit that made me roll backwards. But so I probably need to throw that with a little bit of anhyzer or throw something a little bit faster. But I've still got a long look at it. This might be outside my putting range, but we'll give it a jump putt. Ooh, almost. That's not a lot better, but I can actually do my normal stroke here. All right, guys, so we're on hole 6. This is a par 4, 450 feet, just dead straight ahead. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just to the left of that support wire for the telephone pole. This one is reachable because it's slightly downhill, but really all I gotta do is just hit this gap with maybe not quite a distance shot, but like something I can hyzer flip to flat and just have it go as far as I can. Yeah, so the only other thing you got to really pay attention to is there's this tree off to the right with some low-hanging branches, which shouldn't come into play, but they can if you pull it or throw it too high. Flip. Ah. Threw it on too much hyzer. Well, I'm pin high, but I'm probably a good 100 feet to the left of the basket, so just have to throw a little approach shot up there. Okay, so I'm probably not 100 feet left of the basket, but I've still got a long ways to the basket, so see if I can do a nice anhyzer putt right to the basket. Ooh, almost. All right, guys, so we're on hole 7. This is a par 3, about 350 feet, just dead straight ahead. One thing to really pay attention to is it's slightly uphill, so it plays closer to like that 380 to 400. Only other thing you really got to worry about is this tree and this wooden plank thing. I'm not really too sure what that is. Short of the basket, they can get in your way if you throw it just straight at the basket. So I'd much rather throw something out to the right and throw something a little bit faster than you normally throw in this type of shot. Oh, I hit the mic. Oh, shoot. Hopefully that wasn't loud. Well, I threw it long and right. I don't know how far that'll be. Say hi. Ah, almost. Dang. That's good to know though, because I always assumed I could throw something that was like a straight to overstable disc here, but knowing I gotta throw the Zeus or something I can throw that'll turn a little bit for me, that's good. So hopefully next time I can put it a little bit closer. All right, so for hole 8, we've got a par 3, 330 feet, just dead straight ahead. It plays about the same distance as the last hole, like almost 400 feet just because of how far uphill it is. But only thing to really pay attention to besides being uphill is there's a OB parking lot off to the right that's probably a good 60 feet short of it. It's actually easier to get to that than you would think. So much rather throw something that you know will fade out but give yourself a lot of distance. I'm putting you on the right side now, so you might be able to hear the snap a little bit cleaner. Let's see. I also don't want to hit you again. Yeah, that should be fine. That'll probably give me like a 100-foot approach shot in the green. So that'll work. Come on, fade in there. Ooh, almost. Go. All right, guys, we're on hole 9, final hole of the video. It's par 3, 160 feet, just dead straight ahead. Only thing to really pay attention to is the OB road is like 5 to 10 feet right behind the basket. It's also a little downhill, so just got to make it land short of the basket and try and scoot up to it. Big skip. Oh, stump. Well, a stump might have saved me from going out of bounds long. I don't know, but should be inside the circle. So, sadly, I got this little tree right in my way, but I'm just going to straddle outside it. There we go. Perfect. All right, guys, that finished at the front 9 out here. Probably the best front 9 I've ever had out here. Even starting out with a bogey on hole 1 was just stupid. But the back 9's a little, I would say the back 9 has a little bit more challenge to it. It's got a little bit more OB, but I would say some of the more iconic holes are on the back 9. So definitely stay tuned for that. And thank y'all for watching. Bye.